This is the Cool Photo Tools Podcast, episode number 83, September 5th, 2016, Labor Day.
Are you sick of trying to learn all the new photo software? Are you tired of hearing about the next big thing in photography? Well, neither are we. Welcome to Cool Photo Tools with Jay Biersdorf and Rhonda Spencer.
Today's program is brought to you by Skillshare. For a limited time, get 3 months of Skillshare Premium for just 99 cents. Anyone can take an online class, watch video lessons, and create projects. Over 4,000 premium classes. Go to coolphototools.com/Skillshare for your discount code. That's coolphototools.com/Skillshare. Good morning, laborers. All of you that are laboring over whether to listen to the Cool Photo Tools podcast or not.
Oh, Jay, what can we say? Hi. All right, yeah.
So good morning.
Hey.
Good morning, everyone.
Hey, Jay.
I didn't have the camera on myself when I said that, so all you see is Rhonda laughing. That's all right.
That's all right.
So, another week has gone by, and still, Rhonda's mailbox doesn't have the alleged Canon 5D Mark IV in there.
No, but you know what? Look, it's still on my screen.
It's still early.
Still there.
UPS could be here later. Yeah, they could show up with that.
It's like, wow. Yeah.
And Rhonda still has it on her computer screen.
I still have it on my computer screen.
Painting away.
I'm still looking at it. Price hasn't gone down any, but
no,
still.
and it probably is that for the body?
Yeah, that is the body.
I think the Mark III was a little cheaper than that for the body. Maybe not.
I don't think so. Not in the beginning.
Okay.
Not in the beginning.
Well, you'd probably have to be making some money with that camera to actually afford that. That's kind of out of the league of a lot of people, I think, just for a hobby camera. I don't know. It could be me.
We should be placing bets between the two of us to see which one of us actually gets this camera first. Jay's like, no, but I know him. I know him.
Well, and I am going to the casino this weekend, so that it could have. If I win big, I don't know what else to do with that money.
Yeah,
I could put it in the bank, or I could buy photo gear.
That's it.
Hey,
that's true. So yeah, I think we should maybe do like a little pool to see.
Is it just me, or do you usually lose too when you go to the casino?
Oh, God, I might as well handle my money as I go in the door. Gambling is not my forte.
Yeah, but there's a buffet, and there's
there is
colored lights and sounds and jingly noises and
yeah, but the jingly noises that happens on my machine doesn't give me back money. I know some people that are really lucky that actually they win a lot. It's just not me.
Okay, well, you know what I've got here?
What do you have?
On my screen,
Uh-huh.
This is from DIYphotography.net, and this was kind of a cool article about how to give a background a cracked look here. And let's see if I can make this bigger on my screen here. This is, and the original is not in English, so if you go to this article, they have translated it for you. Anyway, so the final result is, if you can see this picture here on the right, it looks like there's a ceramic coffee cup which has been dropped onto an asphalt road, and the coffee cup, even though it is ceramic, is fine, but the asphalt has been cracked from the drop. The asphalt is kind of chunky and in pieces. Anyway, so the way that the photographer did this with a little Photoshop is the original, to get that cracked asphalt look, and he pushed the coffee cup down into pressed flour, the wheat flour.
Yeah.
He pressed it, made it smooth, and then he pushed this coffee cup into it, as you can see in the first illustration here. And then he textured it to make it look like asphalt in Photoshop.
Interesting. What a creative person.
Yeah. So I was thinking there's probably a lot of things you could do similar to that with that, just using the flour to get that cracked effect. Anyway, it really caught my attention, and I just had to bring that up to you because I thought it was
cool.
It was pretty neat. I'm going to give that a try. And that's we'll put the link to that in the show notes at coolphototools.com. All right, Rhonda, back to you.
Okay, looking just really nice on that new 5D would be this new leather Presidio strap. Is that not that's a handsome looking camera strap, isn't it? What do you mean?
You know, I struggle with camera straps.
Do you?
Trying to find one that is comfortable and that fits my slender physique. And
I thought this is a really snazzy looking camera strap. It's real leather. And
okay, tell us, the people at home there that can't see this. Where do they get this, and what's the website?
The website actually it's ONA Bags BAGS.com.
Okay.
And
Onabags or
Onabags.
Onabags or Onabags.
Onabags.
One of those. Okay, so I see they have different colors of this. They have other styles too, or is it just a one style?
I think on this Presidio, this is just the one style on this, but it's a nice looking padded leather.
Okay.
Strap.
Yeah.
With chrome buckles.
Okay. Well,
adjusting for length.
If you're looking for leather on a strap, I'd say.
Wouldn't that look good on that new 5D? I'm telling you.
On the 5D Mark IV.
On the 5D Mark IV.
Made for the 5D Mark IV.
It is. It would look so snazzy. I mean, we're talking, it would be lovely.
Okay, and these are $109.
$109. Well, they're real leather. What do you want?
Well, some genuine canvas or something more rugged and waterproof. These, if you get these all wet, they're going to be nasty.
Well, I'm getting time that I'm needing a new.
Of course, I'm usually at home asleep when it's raining anyway. So
Jay does not get out in the lightning or the thunder or the rain.
Tell you, lightning can kill you. That's not. Tucson. There's a lot of photographers that are like, hey, let's go take some great lightning shots, and and lightning, because lightning is spectacular here in Tucson during our monsoon season, particularly, and the temptation is to get out in it. Or shoot at it, or try to stay on the outside of the storm and shoot through it. But there have been reports of lightning actually traveling from one side of the city to the other. So that's
true. They say if you can hear it, you have the chance that you could be struck by it.
So when thunder roars, head indoors. So I think that if you're a lightning photographer, it's kind of like you're like Evel Knievel. You're taking your chances. I mean, it's not a recommended thing to do. So
well,
very careful.
How about if you just go out, set your camera up, set it toward the storm, put a lightning trigger on it, and go inside?
Yeah, that would help. Of course, you're going to be outside for a minute, but and a lot of people also will set their tripod up and then go back and get in their car because you're relatively safe inside of a full vehicle, relatively.
Relatively.
It's not
not completely, but
it's not a promise.
Not
so
a promise.
You're going to do this at your own risk. Don't try that at home. Pretty much, I'm not condoning lightning photography. I can appreciate it, but I'm not doing it. Okay, that took us off track there anyway, Rhonda. So
that wasn't my fault.
No, you started it.
It's your fault you started it. Okay, all right. I take full, but I have done lightning photography. I do own.
Okay, so Rhonda's days are numbered here on the podcast. So we will be looking for a replacement.
Not this summer because we're almost, we don't have it in the fall. We don't normally have lightning in the fall.
Okay.
Sometimes,
so you're probably
but not
stuck
often.
Around for a few more episodes.
Yeah, at least till next summer.
Okay.
Don't replace me yet.
All right. So what else is on your screen right there? You want me to show that?
No, you can talk.
Okay, so there's a new software. You probably have heard of this if you've been around a while here. This isn't brand new. This has been out a few weeks now. And this is one called Plotagraph Pro, and that's Plotagraph. And Plotagraph, it's not Plotagraph, it's Plotagraph because the man that invented this is Troy Plota. Okay, so that's where the name comes from. And so basically what this is a way to take static images or still pictures that you have shot and turn them into moving images. And
this is that software that we were talking about.
Yeah, and so you can very easily take a still image and you add a few control points to it, and then you can turn it into a movie. You can make it into a GIF. You can even make it into a movie file that you can add into Premiere Pro and make moving image from it to add to a movie, even though it's started out as a still. Now this works, I think, best with clouds and also water. Works very effective with it. You can make the clouds move and you make the water move. So
Is this the program you used to do the presentation that we just did?
Yeah.
Are you going to show it?
Yeah, I can show that.
Yeah, this
I'll link
is
to it in the show notes. I'll link to both these. I did a promotion for one of the classes I teach, and this is one of the software. I use some different software. In fact, I'll probably do a blog post on that, how to make your still images move. But this is one way, and the one that you're thinking of, Rhonda, is it was a landscape where the clouds are moving. Now, I also did some ones where it makes the camera kind of travel around the animals. That's different. That's a different software.
Aye.
That's done with After Effects and a program called PhotoMotion Pro. I'll link to that in the show notes. It's harder to do. This is dead simple easy. This
Really?
Photograph Pro, yeah, and you can do this in 10 minutes. You're up and running on this. This is just a piece of cake to make this work, and that's one of the attractions to it. I think is that it's so easy to put your photo in there and get it going. And
so it works best on clouds and water then.
I think it does. I mean, there's some other exhibits that people that you can see here. This is the image that you were talking about here.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a landscape with very dark clouds in the sky, and there's a little bit of sun creeping through there, and you can make the clouds move on the image.
See, look at that. Is that not cool?
And again, it's very, very easy to do. Now, here's the downside. This is an online application, so you have to be. That's not really a downside in that it's platform independent. You upload a JPEG file to them. You make a couple adjustments. You check the animation if it's the way you want, and then you download a GIF or an MOV or an AVI MP4 animated file. And these work good on Facebook and that kind of stuff. Or you can, like I say, you can put them in actual video footage. Now this is just done by subscription, so it's $300 a year, and that's unlimited use. For you can use it and download as many finished results as you want. And they've got a huge 10 gigabytes of storage, so you can really make use of it. But it's not software that you buy and own. It's software that you.
And at $300 a year, that's a little costly unless you're really planning on doing a lot with it.
It is. That's again, that's going to be an obstacle for a lot of people. On the other hand, that if you could also use that as a barrier to entry, so that you could produce these and your competition doesn't. So you can look at that a couple ways. I'm saying.
Well, it might be interesting too for something different for wedding photographers,
Yeah.
people that are doing portraits and stuff, just being able to do something different to market yourself.
And a lot of people compare these to cinemagraphs, which have a similar effect. Mm-hmm. But a cinemagraph, which can be done with Photoshop, you don't need any additional software. They do make some if you want, if you have a Mac. But the cinemagraph has to start as a video first, and then it ends up as a still image with moving parts. Where this, as a Plotagraph, can start as a completely still image, one that you took 4 years ago, 10 years ago, doesn't matter, and then it ends up as a moving, with adding motion to it. So there's a little different technique there. You can go back, get some of your old photos and make them move, where cinemagraph, you have to start with a video file. A little more complex. Okay, so that's at plotagraphpro.com.
Righto.
I'll link to that in the show notes. All right, Rhonda.
Okay, so mine's not quite as exciting, but it is something that we all use and we all need, which is AA rechargeables.
I've got a whole drawer full of these.
I know, but
these are good ones.
Yeah, these are good ones. So these will hold 85% of a charge up after a year of storage. That's a big one. I don't know if you're like me. I end up recharging my batteries. I throw them up there, and then I pull them out, a month later. And guess what? I got to recharge them again before off and I go.
Yeah.
So
these are Eneloop, Eneloop. Is
Eneloop
the
Pro
type of battery. Originally, these were developed by Sanyo, and it looks to me like Panasonic has either licensed them or bought them out here. But this is a good technology. It's not like the old NiCad batteries, like you charge them up and in a half hour they're dead.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
These keep their charge.
Yeah, which is amazing.
And up to 500 times they can be recharged.
And that's amazing.
Which, actually the NiCads beat them because they could be recharged up to 1,000, but since they didn't hold their charge, who cares? So these...
That's why I said a week in your camera bag, and you go to stick them in the flash, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, nope, forgot to charge them. Not any good.
Yeah.
So holding 85% of a charge after a year of storage.
Yeah, these have been out for a couple of years, and I do have a drawer full of them, and I can recommend them. So these are about $18 for a 4-pack on these. There's some other companies that make similar ones too. I still think the Inaloops are the go-to choice here. They're more reliable. They've done it longer. They're better.
Yeah, and they've got the technology down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good one, Rhonda.
Thank you.
Not like that last stuff you tried to pull.
Come on. I just know how much batteries. It's funny how once you start into photography, you never realize how many little other things that you need to have. Batteries, camera batteries. That's the first thing I tell people when they have bought a new camera. It's like, how many batteries do you have? Well, I have this one. It's like, maybe you should buy another one. You need more than one battery. You'll be out shooting and all of a sudden your battery dies.
One thing you could mention with the Eneloop batteries is that they only come in AA and AAA. They don't have 9 volts. They don't have any A's, or they don't have C's or D's, or they don't have anything else. So just those 2 sizes, I think, at the present time. Okay. So coming up here next is from nofilmschool.com. See, all the good URLs are gone. After we got coolphototools.com, they were like, there's no good ones left.
We took the last one.
This is No Film School. No Film School. Anyway, they have come up with this article, which I thought was kind of interesting, is what's the ISO of your eye?
Oh, that's interesting. Something I never even thought about.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah. So I'm going to link to this in the show notes so you can take a look at this.
So what is the ISO of my eye?
Well, I can't tell you, then we wouldn't go and read this.
Oh, well, give me a hint.
Well, okay, so the ISO of your eye, it depends, okay? And
oh, well, this is getting really broad. And
it gets, it goes in here and talks about, the mechanics of it and whatnot. But anyway, to cut to the chase on this, they don't know.
That's hilarious.
Well, it's not because what you might think. It's just it's hard to measure because the human eye is extremely sensitive to brightness.
Right.
In fact, so much so, and I know I'm going to say but Rhonda, I can include you in this. We tell people all the time that it doesn't matter what you pay for a camera, it doesn't look like the scene that you saw with your eye.
Yeah, it doesn't see like what your eyes see.
They're not perfect. And so even to take this a step further, trying to measure the sensitivity or give it an equivalent of the ISO really can't be done because they've determined that that the human eye is so sensitive to light that we can detect 1 photon. And there's no ISO that can do that.
Wow.
They can't even measure that ISO-wise. So it would be, they're just kind of guessing that the ISO of your eye is probably in the billion range somewhere. Billions. We don't know exactly. So
I'd like to know what the ISO of like a hawk's eye would be.
Well,
actually,
it's probably not really much different. Now, an owl's eye could be different because
true, because it can
can see in the dark. They're designed and they have different mechanisms to see. But that's going to be even worse. I mean, they're going to need. Well, actually, it isn't. Look, because light is photons, right? Moving photons. So if the human eye can detect a single photon, then it doesn't get any smaller than that. If there's no photons, then you can't see in the dark, right? Assuming that you're trying to use photons to light something up. So I guess that just goes to show you that the human eyes are as sensitive as any animal eyes, but probably when it gets into multiple photons, they're better at calculating what to do with those than humans. I'm just guessing. I don't know. If anybody knows, rhondaspencer.com. Send all your suggestions there.
Send it right in. Yeah.
All right, let's move along. What do you got?
This, you know, me and lights. My family thinks I have a flashlight fetish because I have a thing about lights, you know.
Well,
but
otherwise you're in the dark.
well, anytime you have cameras, it's always if they go hand in hand, lighting and camera and light. Anyway, this is a new pocket-sized, daylight balanced LED light, which for $45 I thought was not bad. And it's a cold shoe mount onto your camera.
Soon tight.
So it goes from 5,500K to 200K, 9 steps of brightness.
You know,
And-
again, it doesn't really tell us how bright it is.
No,
Because we're going to have to get that. We have a lumen meter now. We keep threatening to
We
do this
do.
to compare actual brightness of stuff. We haven't done it.
we haven't. We should.
Should.
We should.
Because that would tell you how bright stuff would go. Oh, this has a lumen, so blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
Of course, see, they don't tell you, so we'd have to buy this to actually find out what it was.
that's true.
And that's why we need you to go to coolphototools.com and click on one of our affiliate links when you buy something from Amazon. So
But
this is from, you're looking at bhphotovideo.com, and this is the Aputure AL-M9 Amaran pocket-sized daylight balanced LED light.
Mm-hmm.
So this is battery powered. Is it rechargeable? Yeah, because it says the integrated lithium-ion battery.
Right.
It should run for 1 hour and 45 minutes at
Maximum brightness.
Yeah.
So it means that you'd get a little bit more out of that later.
And this is $45, which is pretty cheap.
I know. That's what I thought. You
So,
know?
so it's 5,500K plus or minus 200K. So that means it's daylight balanced, kind of. You know, it can vary a little bit. We weren't too sure on the quality control on this. What do you want for $45?
Well, exactly. What do you want for $45?
That's close
But-
enough.
And well, like I said, I like it that it's small enough that you can drop it in your pocket.
It does look pretty little. Setting, of course,
You know.
unless is that a Canon 5D Mark IV that it's sitting on?
It could be. My gosh, they put it on a 5D Mark IV.
No, I don't think it
No,
is.
that isn't. It just looks like a regular 5D.
Okay, so
they put it
we'll
on.
have to see how this compares to your Manfrotto Lumi that you've been a big fan of.
I still love my Lumi. You know, I take it out with me all the time.
Okay.
It's an easy, and it is truly bright enough that I can use it in daylight. You know, not from 6 feet away.
Well, no.
But
But you know, if you do video, you generally don't need as much light as you do stills.
true.
So video would be, you know, a real use for these kind of LED battery powered lights.
Mm-hmm.
Does that use? Oh, I always said that. Yeah, it's rechargeable.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is rechargeable.
All right. So when the charge goes out, you're done. Can't
Well-
put another battery in it.
For $45, you could have 2 of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that would be 90.
You're right. If you had 2 at 45,
All right.
he's right there with the math. That would be
Let-
90.
Let's move ahead. Okay, I want to show you
we're
this.
snarky today. You know that? That's really bad. It must be. I don't know. Is it? What is today?
Labor Day. Mm-hmm. So, right here, you know, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. There's this app it's a photo app that's taking all the phones by storm, which was Prisma. And originally, when we talked about it before, it was only for iPhone and iPad devices. It's now on Android. So now you can, with your Android phone or your iPhone, you can download Prisma, and you can turn your photos into works of art, where it applies these different artifacts. Artifacts, is that a word? It's like artifacts.
I think it's artifact.
No.
No.
Art effects.
Art
It's 2
effects?
words. Art effects.
I see.
So it makes your photo look like a painting that they have modeled it after by using some artificial intelligence and secret sauce. And it's pretty cool. It's a lot of fun to play with. It's it's free, and they added some new looks to it. So check that one out. Prisma. Okay, Rhonda, back to you.
Seems like he's flipping it awfully quickly back to me.
Well, we talked about it already. I just could have said it's now for Android, but if people that wanted to catch up, I just was,
All right.
I was just giving them a little heads up so that they didn't have to go back and go, what episode was that? What was he talking about?
And I'm giving this software the what the heck name software. Who was thinking of this? I mean,
See, all the good URLs are gone.
I guess this is set.a.light 3D basic. Yeah, and that is really what they call it. So, but interestingly enough,
it's not at set.a.light.com
right? It
either.
isn't. It isn't. Yeah. But why would you name your product that?
Oh, it's trendy.
You think?
Yes, they're trying to when it was trendy where you left out some of the vowels, like flicker and.
I guess.
I guess.
But anyway, this is great because you can quickly gather experience with lighting. So what it is, let me roll down.
What is this thing?
This is software, so you can set up like
That model looks uncomfortable holding that pose.
you can set up a non-real model and move your lighting to see what lighting effects it's going to look
so
like.
this is like a studio lighting trainer.
It is. Yeah, for
And this is software that you would put on your computer, or is it a website?
No, it's software you put on your computer. But
Well, it'd be a lot easier just to sit in your chair and do this and actually move around.
But it would give you the experience of looking to see what lighting looks like, as opposed to have to go out and actually do studio lighting or invest in all this studio lighting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So tell me the website that we can go to see this on.
This is,
I see it.
you see it right here?
ELIXXIER.com. I'm going to say that's probably Elixir,
Elixir.
would be my guess.
But and not terribly expensive, $39.90. That's not terribly expensive software.
And there's a download version, so you don't even have to go to the store
yeah,
or
and
walk
they
to the
actually
mailbox.
even have a trial version which you could put on just to play with.
I came with that.
But
For beginners and amateurs, but not for professionals, because we already know what light does.
yeah, no, we don't. Light does all sorts of
Well,
mystical
this is pretty
things.
cool. This would give you, you could maybe kind of see what maybe lights you might need before you bought them.
Did a setup.
Yeah, I could see this. Okay.
I just thought it was something totally different. This is out
That
of
is
the box.
completely different.
And
tell
I
Rhonda
have-
to go find something different.
He
And
does.
by golly, she delivers.
I do. You tell me, go find something that you just can't normally see. And this is it. Like I said, their models on it that they've got aren't necessarily the most pretty models in the world.
Yeah, but
that they've
they're
used.
Computer generated.
Exactly.
They're not real humans.
They're
so
not
they're
real
a little,
human.
They're a little blocky.
Yeah.
But you get the idea.
But it'd be fun to play with.
Yeah.
It's like, how do I want to set up these lights so that they will look like this? So you can do it. And you can set up all different types of lights.
Yeah, you can different reflectors and light modifiers, and basically it's a kind of a photography studio simulator is what it looks like. Okay,
Isn't that cool? I
that's
want to download
pretty
this
darn
and play it.
interesting. Say, we were talking a few weeks ago before the Canon 5D Mark IV came out. You were thinking about getting a Nikon P900.
There you go. Look, there it is again. It's on my screen.
Why don't you just make that your wallpaper on your computer?
I'm thinking of it. I've got to get a big one just to make it.
Yeah,
wallpaper.
this is how it starts. When you become that what you think about most.
Oh, yeah. I'm not dreaming about it yet, but
So tell me what happened to the Nikon P900 that you had on back order.
it's still on back order.
Yeah, well, and really the Nikon P900 just smacks the Canon 5D Mark IV out of the ballpark with its built-in 18 to 2000 millimeter zoom range, right?
Yeah, it does.
Now the Canon could fight back with some other features, but just for the sake of argument here.
So when is it? Last time I looked, they aren't even really saying when. Were they saying when now?
Well, these are out, aren't they?
No.
Just a few people have them.
Well,
they're making samples of it.
Yeah, I think they've sent out like little demos, but I don't think that it's actually available. I think it's still on one of those. Let me look. Those that coming soon.
Okay, well, this is at pixelpluck.com, and they have an article on this about mostly about the that 2000 millimeter lens. Mm-hmm. Now, as I recall, on the P900, this one doesn't shoot RAW, does it? Is that the one that, or does it?
On the new Nikon that I was
Yeah.
looking at, yes, it does shoot RAW.
Okay, well, then that would be pretty good if it did. There's a test here that they put on YouTube that I'm going to screen here for you to take a look at. And this is showing you the zoom range of a camera that has an 18 to 2000 millimeter lens. It's pretty astounding. If
yeah.
you needed that kind of power.
That is pretty amazing. For anyone who's ever gone out and tried to shoot the moon and it looks like a little bitty
'Cause
button
I
in
usually
the
just shoot
sky.
the breeze. So shooting the moon is something different.
But it ends up like a little dot in the sky. Hey, that is really amazing.
Yeah, and then it has besides it's got like an optical zoom, but beyond it, or goes into digital, which actually is a pretty good digital, as I recall.
Wow.
But yeah, so that's that is it. And of course, here's the thing that they don't really tell you is that you need a big honking tripod if you're going to hang it out at 2,000 millimeters. That's very hard to hold anything remotely steady at. So that's a factor, and you're really going to have to. I can see bird watchers, and after you've got a bunch of shots of the moon, what are you going to do with that thing? I mean, just saying.
This isn't my camera that I was looking at, is it?
You said it was a P900.
No. Mine was the DL24500.
Oh, well, this is the P900, the 18 to 2,000 millimeter lens. Is that the same one?
No. You're looking at the P900, huh?
Pretty sure. I think that's what the title of the article was here. Yep, Nikon P900. Packs 18 to 2,000 millimeter range and takes you on moon. Takes you on moon.
Let me look here. I may be needing a new camera.
Oh, we found another one. Maybe you could get it. It's 83 times
gosh.
optical zoom. 83 times optical zoom. How's that? Got built-in Wi-Fi and near-field communication.
Yeah, this one actually I think is out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. This is the one that's out.
Yeah.
And you can see it's, the lens comes out a long ways.
This is actually cheaper
You better get this one then.
than the other. This is the P900. Let's look here.
Well, while Rhonda does that,
Well,
I'm going
Rhonda's
to continue
surfing.
with the show.
Yeah, this is $5.99, where the other one is going to be $9.99.
And what was the difference in them?
The other one is a 24 by 500.
Oh, well, that's hardly anything.
Yeah,
You should get the Sony if you're going to get that one.
I know. That's what you keep telling me.
At least rent the Sony and see what it looks like to you. And they're out. The RX10 Mark III. Okay, so coming up next here, there is, speaking of animating effects, there's a phone app from Lumiere.com, and it's both the iOS and Android, and it's Lumyer. And this has some kind of wacky effects that you can create to your images. Now, I haven't used this myself, haven't had the chance to check this out, so I suspect the resolution is going to be kind of low, and the effects are kind of cheesy. But that shouldn't slow you down, right, for the stuff that you do on your phone. Because it has all of, it's got confetti, it's got those little particle effects, it's got flaming fire. It looks like a lot of fun. So you want to check out this? It's called Lumiere.
People love that stuff. You know it? Oh, I like that effect. Switch back over so people can see it. Well, I quit doing it now. Well, they do all sorts of
And
cool
you can
little
put sunglasses
effects.
on, too.
Yeah.
It looks, it's... Yeah, see, look at the hair moving there. That's pretty good.
That is.
Yeah, I'm going to check this out. We'll have to report back on how this does. All right, Rhonda, you're up.
Okay. This is another time-lapse accessory that you can put on for your phone, mounts and accessories. Everybody's doing something.
What's this called?
Let me roll it up. It is an MUVI series. And it's a multi-X time-lapse accessory.
What is it?
Right there. That's what it is. Yeah, hook it.
But what is it?
It's so that you can do time lapses with your camera.
But what is it?
Yeah, that's what it is.
I can't make it out.
Right here.
I see what you're pointing at.
Yeah. It says, see?
Is this for your phone?
Yes.
Oh, it's a phone accessory.
It
so you
is.
clip your phone in it.
Yeah, or I guess you can do cameras
Or a
too.
GoPro.
Though. There you go.
Or a little. Well,
See?
it's got some cameras on
Yeah,
it.
it's got some cameras on it.
Okay, not big cameras.
No.
And is this like where they take the IKEA timer and then you
I think so,
and it
almost.
just you twist it? How much does this thing cost?
It's like $29.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. It's an IKEA timer that you glue your camera to, and then it just rotates.
You don't really glue your camera to.
You set your camera for time lapse, and then as this thing spins, then every 3 or 4 seconds or 10 seconds, whatever, it takes a shot.
Takes a shot.
So
Exactly.
Okay, all right. And where do we get this? Assuming we wanted it.
Get this at veho-world.com.
I'll put this in the show notes for you so you can get right over there and order 2 or 3 of those.
Well, it's something different.
All right.
Not something I would use.
Hey, you know what time it is?
What time is it?
We've just been
Do-do-do-do.
talking and we can't shut up. All right, everybody.
All right.
We'll see you next week with even more exciting, cool Photo Tools.
Interesting stuff, yeah. See ya. Have a good week. Everybody keep shooting.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Cool Photo Tools podcast. Sign up for our mailing list at coolphototools.com. Got a question? Send an email or MP3 audio file to info@coolphototools.com. Thanks for listening.